Hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to our June favourite things. We have some exciting ones this time, I think.
We do. I'm not even going to say anything about it being June.
We're not.
You go first.
We don't have our things, they're over there. So, first up, I am going to recommend that everyone, if you're a reader, read this book. It's called Last Night at the Telegraph Club. It's set in the 1950s. And it's about a young Chinese girl who's finding her way in the world, her sexuality. It's very, very good. I cried, and I don't normally cry with books. I cry with movies, but I don't normally cry with books, to be honest, but I cried. So I really loved it, read it quite quickly, couldn't put it down, that kind of book. Probably been my favourite book of the year so far.
Wow, you've read a few books this year.
I have, but I've really enjoyed this one. So if you're looking for a new read and you've liked my other suggestions, because, you know, everyone has their own taste with books, but I had, is it Kat Bray? In the Facebook group, she had read Honeybee, and then I recommended Where the Crawdads Sing, and she loved that, so she's going to try this. So if you enjoy the books that I read, I would highly recommend reading Last Night at the Telegraph Club. There will be links in the description below for any of these things that are products that you can buy.
Okay, well, my first one is actually like a brand of things that I've come across and slowly been trying different things. So actually for Christmas I ordered, well, Dan bought me, I ordered
I didn't know about it.
This perfume from Vanessa Megan. It's an Australian brand, and it's made with essential oils. It doesn't have any artificial or synthetic fragrance in it. And I really liked it. They have a few different ones. This one's my favourite, Lilikoi, which I think is passion fruit. It's really just nice and fresh and light, and it doesn't bother me at all like some perfumes bother me as far as like getting headaches and that type of thing. They also have candles, which I found out after I did candles a few months ago on my favourite things. And a lot of people gave some suggestions for places that sell candles scented with essential oils, not with like synthetic fragrances. I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but a lot of the ones recommended, they do use essential oils, but they also use synthetic fragrances. So it's kind of like that canola oil thing, you know, olive oil, mayonnaise that's mostly made with canola oil. But the Vanessa Megan, she does candles as well, and they are all essential oils. No synthetic fragrance in it. You do notice the difference because they're not as fragrant, so I guess that's why they put
some of the
that's to kind of boost it up, because I guess people might be disappointed, but I don't mind it being subtle if I know that it's like doesn't have synthetic fragrance in it. So I have recently bought a couple of the candles and we're trying them out. But also I've tried some of her skincare products, which I really love. So I guess I've been like trying to find more natural skincare options that's not like crunchy hippie. So more of a premium, natural, more natural option. And I really, really like some of her products, and I've found that they last a really long time. Like these is 2 things that I use every night, and I've had this like serum thing since the start of the year. And I haven't had to. I will need to replace it, but 6 months. I mean, like I will say it is like it's a premium brand. It's not like a budget-friendly brand, probably, but I really like it, and I like that everything's scented with essential oils. There's no fragrances, and they are a more natural option than some brands out there. So yeah. They have lots of things. I started with the perfume, then the skincare, and now I've found out that they have candles too. So yeah, in case anyone hasn't heard of it, Vanessa Megan is the brand.
Next up for me is meat thermometers. I know. So sexy. So I have had a few different meat thermometers, and I've recently purchased 2 new ones. So I started off, actually I started off with another one that wasn't very good and it's not working anymore, so I won't recommend that. But Erica bought me the meter a couple of years ago now. I've had it for quite a while. It's got a little magnet on the back. We just sit it on the fridge. It's just powered by a battery at the back, and it's a wireless meat thermometer. So it's just this just goes in the piece of meat. This end detects the ambient temperature of the cook, like the oven or
the frying pan.
Yeah, or the smoker.
Yeah.
And this end goes into the meat or whatever you're testing, and it is measuring the temperature, internal temperature. I really do like this meat thermometer. It's very easy to use. It connects with an app on my phone. The one we bought is the original meter, and it is doesn't have a very long range between this and the phone. So if I'm on the couch and this is in the smoker, it's too far. So there is some limitations with that. You can buy one that has a longer range. It's a lot more expensive. So this has served me well in my beginning kind of phase, but I've kind of moved because I really want to be able to see the temperature of the smoker and the temperature of the meat, which is what this was doing, but it wasn't able to tell me the temperature of the smoker until I put this into the smoker.
Right.
So I wasn't able to tell while sitting on, this is lazy, but while sitting on the couch, what the smoker was coming up to temperature. Right. So I bought...
Doesn't the smoker tell you the temperature? Like, doesn't it have
not while I'm sitting on the couch, it doesn't. And
okay.
I will say, since using this next one that I'm going to show you, the gauge on the smoker is way off. So
okay.
I can't be relying on that. And I was before to some degree, and it was way hotter than I thought it was. So this is an ink bird, and it's got a little screen on it. I'll see if I can get the screen on. So it's got a little screen on it. It's got 2 probes, and it's got this little clip. So this clip I put in the smoker with one of these inserted, and it just sits inside the smoker right near the meat to tell me what the temperature of the smoker is, kind of at the point where the meat is.
And I guess you could do the same thing in your oven.
Yeah, I've used it in the oven before. Yeah, so you can do it in the oven as well. It has 2 probes.
Because ovens are also notoriously...
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got 2 probes. So I use one for the actual ambient temperature of the smoker, and then I used this in a chicken that I cooked last weekend, and it also has an app. It is from Ink Bird, and I bought it on Amazon for like $40. So this is probably the cheapest thermometer option that I have, and I really enjoyed using it for the first time last week, because it really, in the smoker anyway, because it really gave me a guide as to what was happening at the time. Now, the third thing I really love, but it's quite expensive. So this is an instant read thermometer. It's the Thermopen 1. It is about, I think it was $165, but it's instant read. So you pull it open, the screen will come on, and it immediately tells you what the temperature is at the tip. So you can put it into your piece of meat, you can put it into a steak, you can put it into a into a pork butt, you can put it into whatever you are cooking, and you will get an instant read on the temperature, the internal temperature. Also, it's really helpful to use as a lot of the smoking guys, you know, probe like butter is the recommendation, not the temperature. And they use this a lot as to how easily it kind of goes into the meat. Yeah. So I have been loving using this because you can also check the internal temperature quickly in different parts of the meat. So if you were cooking a big pork butt, you could kind of put it in a few different places and kind of see the internal temp in a few different places. So I have really enjoyed having these new thermometers.
I didn't know you had 3.
I have 3. Did we not see the skincare? Premium, she said
Keeps
several
me
times.
looking radiant.
Premium.
Okay, my second favourite thing is our new security cameras, which we talked about in a couple of vlogs that we've done recently. But we've got the EUFY security camera system. We just have the very basic one that's like a home-based thing and 2 cameras. And we have 1 camera at our front door and 1 camera at our back door. And I'm here by myself a lot during the day, and it's super handy for deliveries.
Also for safety.
For safety, yes. But if someone comes to the door, I can see who it is without having, and if it's door knockers or whatever, I just don't go. Or like if it's someone, you know, sometimes they're just dropping a parcel or sometimes they want you to come, which sounds ridiculous, but sometimes they can leave before I know that they're there, and then your parcel goes to the post office. Anyway, I have been really enjoying it for that reason. Also, just for like security in the nighttime, I will say what happens is anytime it detects someone, it sends a notification to your phone saying like a human's been spotted at the front door or the back door. Now, in the nighttime, I have do not disturb on my phone. So between, I think, 9:30 and 6 a.m, I don't get any notifications unless, you know, if it's an emergency, my family or friends can like force it to go through. But I don't get the security camera notifications. And I was kind of like, oh, does that kind of defeat the purpose? But the other night we had, I think, what was a very rambunctious possum. We have a lot of possums on our roof and in our backyard. And sometimes they can be so loud. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I'm 100% sure there's someone like breaking into our house in the backyard. And I could just go, well, I could see, first of all, there was no notification, so it hadn't spotted anyone. And then I can also go onto the camera live and just have a look and see that nobody was there and be like, okay, it was just a possum, and go back to sleep. Whereas normally I would have like lied there for 3 hours, like waiting for death. So yeah, I'm really happy with them, and it just does give, I guess as well as being 2 females, it kind of like just gives us a little bit of extra security.
I will say, I say this to Erica all the time, if someone was breaking in, they wouldn't want to be as loud as these possums because they're not being very discreet, let me tell you.
Wake us up. Yeah, the burglars would be way quieter, that is for sure. Those possums, man.
Our third thing is a joint one, and we know we've talked about it a lot, but our backyard is pretty much at a finishing point. It needs the electrical to be completed, and once that's done, we are going to do a full backyard reveal update video. That's its own thing, but it's been a big part of our lives for a while, and it is now at a point where we can use it.
Yes, and see it, and it just is so beautiful. And like every time I look out our back door and I see all the beautiful plants and the landscaping and the way it's arranged, it just makes me happy. Yesterday we pretty much just spent the whole day outside. Like we were sitting on the deck reading, having our cups of tea. Dan was doing some painting. You know, we had the cats out there on their little leashes, and it was just like, this is so nice. We never spent time out there before because it was just
unusable,
not a pleasant place to be. And now, like, as much as we would like to at some point get some nice outdoor furniture, we can't really afford that at the moment. But we have nice comfy chairs to sit in.
Reasonably good furniture. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. It's not made for the space. It's just, we can sit on it quite comfortably. It's got cushions, we can put our feet up, it works completely fine.
And just seeing, like, I didn't think I would be so invested in the plants, to be honest, but I'm loving seeing them grow. We've got some little flowers blossoming, and I've got a herb garden. You know, it's really making me happier than I thought it was. I thought all I cared about was having somewhere to sit.
But the look is more important than you thought.
No, but just everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
So we are loving our new backyard. Like Erica said, we spent most of the day out there yesterday. We've been watering it. We've been caring for it.
It's been
a week.
In a couple couple of weeks, hopefully we will be able to show you a full before and after, because you have to see the before, because we've forgotten what the before was like even. It is crazy what the transformation has been.
Hopefully you have enjoyed our favourite things. As always, if you have a favourite thing, please pop it in the comments below so we can check it out and other people can learn about it as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.